Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to our podcast where we agree
To disagree.
on a lot of different things. Today's topic is trying for a baby. First, we wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you in the U.S. who celebrated Thanksgiving yesterday, right? By the time
Yep.
this comes out,
Yep, and hopefully you guys are doing your Black Friday shopping because that's what
or
I'm going to
not.
be doing. Oh,
So, we announced in the episode a few weeks back that we're officially trying for a baby. And we know that's a big step, so we wanted to dedicate an entire episode to this topic. It's also something that Mykayla has waited for forever,
a long
right?
time. Very long time. So before we wanted to jump into this topic, we know that it can be a really touchy subject for some of you, especially for those of you who have had pregnancy loss, who have had to do IVF, and all the things. I've had a couple of friends that have had to go through that and have had a difficult time. So we just want to let you guys know that we love you and we hope that you're making it through it, and we're here to support you in every way possible. And if you guys have any tips or tricks on helping me to get pregnant, let me know, because we've only been trying for a couple of months now, so we're not too deep into it yet, but we are very excited, and this process is definitely, it's hard. Even when you've been trying for like 2 months, it's hard. Well, I guess we've been trying for like 4 months now, but it's exhausting. So I can kind of feel what you guys are going through, but not totally. So
Yeah, and we just wanted to say we're not experts, and we haven't been trying that long. We know everyone's situation is different, so we don't want to make anyone feel less than for having a different experience. And we love you guys. So this episode is just to share our personal experience, kind of our thoughts, and we mostly agree. I guess I don't know. It's been a bit of a fight. Mykayla's wanted kids forever, so
since I was like 20.
yeah, we kind of just wanted to share with you guys where we're coming from, what our plans are, and everything that comes with trying for a kid and having a baby.
It's also weird, like, I feel like talking about this because, I mean, obviously, I feel like on social media, I've told people, like, I want a baby, like, kind of like that we're trying, but, like, I always kind of thought that, like, it'd be, like, more of a secret, and then, like, when it happens, like, get to, like, tell everyone about it, but, like, I've just been, like, excited, so, I mean, it's kind of fun that we get to talk about it and have an episode on it, and kind of, like, tell everyone kind of our process so far, so, like, it's just weird.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is because I've never really been in a rush to have kids, and it wasn't until just recently because Mykayla's always wanted kids, right? You've always wanted kids. And so we've always talked about it. It was never really an issue while you were training because we couldn't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really just been the last year that we've actually seriously talked about it. And it wasn't until the last probably, I don't know, a few months or probably this summer where I finally felt, okay, I'm old enough. I feel like we're ready.
Jonas kept saying end of October of this year. And then I ended up getting my IUD out a little bit sooner just because I feel like once my body was like transitioning from like not working out all the time, my body was just like going through weird things and it was really off. So we're like, let's just take it out. But like we didn't really start trying yet because I'm like, well, I should probably let my body get like regulated, and I kind of want to be like off birth control for a while before like I get pregnant. So hopefully, but I mean, you weren't really ready then either. But I feel like towards like the end of this year, like he said in October, he's like, yeah, now's kind of a good time, and it's kind of been fun because he's been like, I feel like you've kind of been more excited about it, which has been really awesome. But like, you also like don't care. Like when I end up having my period, I get like really sad, and Jonas is just like, you have too much anxiety over this. Like it can take up to a year, And I'm like, I know, but like.
Well, so that's what I was going to say. That's been the biggest surprise for me because I've never really had to think about trying for kids ever. And I just assumed, I mean, I know people have like infertility and their struggles, but I don't know. I didn't really think about it that much. I just assumed as soon as we start trying, we'd get pregnant. And so I didn't really realize that actually on average, and we have the statistic here, most couples will get pregnant within a year if they're trying and timing things correctly. So it usually takes like up to a year, which is crazy. And I've been talking to some friends that have been trying for more than a year, I didn't know it was that big of a deal. I thought it was like the exception for those that you can't get pregnant right away. But it seems like, especially if you've been on birth control, because it's kind of messed with your hormones or whatever.
Right. But then it's hard because some people will get right off of it and get pregnant. Or you see people that get pregnant on birth control, and it's crazy. It's wild. I mean, I'm surprised we went 3 years with out that happening. So I think God was watching over us, was like, you can't get pregnant yet. You have things to accomplish first. So
But women under age 25 have a 96% chance of conceiving in a year if they're trying each month.
see, told
Which is
you.
funny because Mykayla always talks about 25 as like now she's old because you're turning 26 in a few
Well, yeah, and then
weeks.
I'm like, if it takes a year, then like
Yeah, but
I'll
even
be
if
like
it says
27.
even if you're under 25, it seems like the year is like,
I'm fine. I know like I'm not old. I just feel like I'm getting there because like I want to be done having kids before like 33, 34, and I wanted three or four. So I don't know. Can
yeah, I don't
maybe make it
know.
work.
I mean, you can make it work. Listen to this one though. From your mid 20s to early 30s, you have an 86% chance of conceiving after trying for a year. See, that's awesome. Early 30s, so we could.
No, no.
What? What?
I'm not gonna have my first one in my early
No, I'm
30s.
not saying that. I'm just
Oh,
saying like you're not as old as you think you are.
I know.
86% chance.
It's
That's
just
still a pretty good chance.
I know it's just like I tell you all the time. I just grew up with my siblings all having kids really young, which is doesn't mean I have to have kids young, so it's fine. But my mom had me when she was 40, so like, and we were all really spread out, and so I became an aunt when I was like 10 years old. And so I feel like my parents have just kind of felt really old to me because I mean my mom did have me when she was 40, but like they've just been grandparents for a long time. And so like I just feel like my childhood was a little different because of that, and like I ended up being like the only child when I was like maybe even before high school. So like I don't know, I just it's just been lonely, and I don't know, I want to have my kids earlier, and I don't want to be really old having kids, and I kind of want to like enjoy that cuz like my sister's really young. She's done having kids. She has 4, and then they'll kind of be able to like live the rest of their life like still pretty young, and all their kids will be out of the house. So like it's crazy. Like their oldest is 3 years away from graduating, and they're only 35. I think my sister's
Yeah,
35, 36. So like that's awesome.
that is awesome. But listen to this. For women in their mid 30s up to age 37, the odds of conceiving are still high. There's up to a 78% success rate for couples that try for a full year. So I don't know. Your whole you're getting old thing isn't really.
It's not necessarily getting old. It's just I don't want to be having kids that late in life. Like I
That
just
makes
don't want
sense.
that.
Yeah. So I mean, I can get behind that.
That's why like getting old. That's kind of how say it as like getting old. But I know
Yeah.
I'm not old.
Well, think about it. If we have 3 kids, let's just say, assuming let's just say you're pregnant right now and you're pretty much 26. So you'll have one before you're 27. How much time are you supposed to wait between kids? Because you
Two
don't want to.
years.
Two
I want
years?
yeah.
Really?
I mean you
I
could
know
go
plenty of
quicker.
people that don't do
Yeah,
that, though.
but my sister did that, and then her abs didn't heal, and they like ripped. So she doesn't ever have really ab muscles, so she has to get surgery.
Um,
Cause like you need at
like two
least
years
wait.
in between births or in between trying?
I don't know. I'm not the expert, but I feel like at least once you have the baby, till they're like 2 years old, and you start trying again.
I mean, I guess, yeah. Because, I mean, if you just do every 2 years for 3 kids, that's 6 years. Yeah, so you'll still be young. It's like 32,
Well, it's
33.
perfect. That's what I
Okay,
want.
well, there you go.
We all can't have what we want. So, uh,
Um, okay, so question for you, Mykayla, is how did you tell me you were ready for a baby?
well, that question's kind of funny because I've been telling you
Yeah,
for a long
I know.
time.
It
I'm ready. I'm
never,
ready.
never
Ready.
really had
When
to.
I came home from the Olympics, that's I was like, let's start trying right now. But obviously, it didn't happen because I had tour and lots of things going on. And then I was like, well, I'm starting school, and I don't want to be like pregnant during like my whole year of school because like what if I got really sick or I'm like I just got to get through most of my school. So that's why we kind of thought now would be a good time because if I got pregnant kind of during the end of it, like I could get through that. But
I remember this time
yeah.
last year, so when you were probably on tour, you were finishing
Mhm.
tour. I was talking to one of my friends who has kids, and I'm like, I don't know, just having kids just doesn't really sound like a good deal, you know? Like
Yeah, you always say
pregnancy's
that.
long and it's tough, and then it's really hard to take care of a baby, and they're crying and pooping, and then they don't really become self-sufficient for years, you know? It's not like Mello. Mello was just potty trained out of the womb, and she just does her own thing. you got to take care of it, and then like you need to find a babysitter if you want to do stuff, and so it's like
Yeah, but your parents said they'd watch any place, anytime, anywhere.
I know,
They're
but
like, have the baby, we'll take care of it for a week, and you guys can go on vacation.
I'm just saying on paper, having a kid just doesn't really sound like it makes sense. And that's kind of all I was thinking. I'm like, financially and time wise and stress wise, I'm like, I don't know if having a kid sounds like a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, but then I feel like
But
because you experience other people's kids, but when it's your own kid, it's just different. And I've heard a lot of people say that. Like, I'll run into people and they'll be like, I'm never having kids. And then they, like, get pregnant and they're like, I can't believe I said that I never wanted kids. Like, when it's your own kid, it's just different. Like, you create that bond and that love for them. Like, nothing else matters in life but them. And, like, you live through your kids, for your kids. And it's just, like, to create that bond with them. And, like, even just seeing little kids, their personalities and, like, the things they say, like, watching them grow, it's hilarious. Like they say the funniest things, they do the weirdest things. You're like, where'd you get that? Why are you thinking that? Like it's just so fun. I mean, obviously there's you have challenges, like it's hard, but it's also so rewarding and seems fun. I don't know. I'm ready. I want a little Jonas Jr.
yeah, well, so that's the other funny thing is I'm team boy, which is funny because I'm wearing my pink hoodie today. I remembered that we were filming this episode. I'm like, oh, I'll wear my pink hoodie, but I'm very much team boy because that's like the one thing that does sound really fun to me is like having I don't know like a boy I can relate to. I don't know like
Play
find bugs with him, play
sports. Yeah.
sports, just do
Loved
crazy stuff.
Jonas loved. He's a bug guy. Like, what did you want to be when you were
An
little?
entomologist,
Yeah, he like knows everything about bugs, spiders, insects. Who do you watch on YouTube all the time? What's that guy that
the
gets
guy that gets
stung?
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coyote. I don't know what his last name is. His name's Coyote.
Yeah, Jonas
Cool
loves
guy.
him.
Yeah, it'd be fun to have a boy that would be into that stuff.
Watch
That'd be
him be
cool.
completely opposite too.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that would be fun. I think twins would be a good deal because it's two kids with one pregnancy.
And Jonas's mom, I think your mom said it runs in your family or something. I feel like she has said before. I
There's
could
no
be
way,
wrong.
no, because I don't have any twins in my family.
Yeah, but it usually skips. I don't know. Okay, just don't ask me. I don't know this stuff, okay? You guys probably know better than I do. No idea. But your mom said she had a dream that we were going to have twins.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Don't know if dreams always come true, but
Well, that's cool.
so I'm like, that's kind of cool because, your mom, felt like she needed to donate her kidney and then went through that whole process and ended
That's
up
true.
finding someone and it was like, it was just meant to be, like how random is that? But I feel like your mom is usually like, whenever something happens, she's usually
She's
pretty accurate.
she's pretty in
Yeah.
tune.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's in tune with the spirit. But
Guess we'll see. A good question though is so for us it was pretty easy because it was just always on the table. I always knew that you always wanted kids as soon as possible, and you knew that I wasn't ready, but slowly over time I got more okay with it, right?
mhm.
But how would you suggest other people have this conversation with their spouse if one person is ready and the other person isn't?
I feel like I talk about this with people all the time. And one of my friends, she is 27 and they're not really ready for kids anytime soon, but I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna say names now. I'm like, come on, you gotta start having kids, like be so fun and whatever, like anyway, but they just like they don't really care to have that step yet, but they know they want kids and like before they're 30. But, I'm also like, you just never know how long it's going to take or if you have complications. So, like, it's kind of better start sooner than later. So, like, I always try to, like, give her advice. But, like, at the same time, she's in the middle of her career. So, it's like, you got to do what's best for you. But then it's like, I feel like so many times, like, you're never really ready. Like, when you go to try to have kids,
It's
I
kind of
feel
like
like,
getting married, you're never really ready to get
yeah,
married.
like, I feel like people can just keep saying, like, I just don't know if I'll be ready. I'm not ready. I don't know. I don't know. And then sometimes they just end up getting pregnant and then like you're like, okay, like it's happening, it's real. And then it finally happens. So it's like, okay, like like you just figure it out and it works and then you're so happy you did it. But like I feel like you can always use that excuse, I'm just not ready. I'll never be ready. Like you'll never be ready. Like I don't care how many kids you have. I still feel like you'll never be ready, but you just do it anyway because you want kids and you love them and I don't know, all the things, but I don't really know. I'm probably not the best advice for this because I don't even know myself, but
Um,
I just say if one of them's feeling kind of ready, let the other one enjoy that process and just try. And if it happens, you just take it one day at a time and just see how it goes and go from there. And it'll be the most beautiful miracle ever.
I
I
would say
don't know.
Michaela's been pretty good about persistence because she brings it up probably, well, until we started trying, which I don't know, was like September, maybe October, probably September. Until then, she'd bring it up probably every day. Like, don't you want kids? I want kids so bad.
And
You,
then, and then when we started trying, I would like obviously the very first time we like kind of like were like weren't trying but trying, you start overthinking everything and
oh
like
no,
I started
yeah.
feeling like all these
Ever?
things and then I was researching all these things and I'm like is my mind playing tricks on me? Is this really happening? Like what's going on? And then
No,
my
it's been nonstop since like the very first time that we started
well, I
trying.
feel like the
You'll have
last
a headache and you'll say, "Babe, I looked it up, and if you have a headache, it means you could be pregnant."
well, the last like I feel like last month I was kind of fine. Like I didn't really say anything about it and then we were trying this time and then this time I've had crazy things, feeling sick, like
It's not a crazy thing, but
food I feel like was tasting different, all these things. And then usually my my breasts hurt really bad like for when I go to start to have my period, like that's just like that's when I know I'm going to have my period. And then this time my breasts didn't hurt at all and just I could go on and on and on, but like all these things were happening and I'm like I have to be pregnant.
she was
And
like
then
yelling at me, "Babe, try this lemonade. Is it just me or does it taste weird?" I'm like, "I don't know, it tastes fine." You were so happy.
I
You're like,
know. I
"Oh,
know. And then like I was having diarrhea and I've been constipated and then
gross."
in the mornings and nights I haven't felt very good, but then I know a lot of people are getting sick right now cuz it's like that time of year, like a lot of people in my classes have been coming down with different things, colds, kind of flu, COVID stuff. And so I'm like maybe I'm just getting sick, but then like I might feel kind of crummy, but then I'm fine and I don't feel sick, but then I'm tired a lot. And then last night I was eating dinner because I'm supposed to start on Monday. So tomorrow
Your
from,
period.
yeah.
Hmm.
And last night I started having cramps and I'm like, are you kidding me? But then you can kind of have crampy stuff 10 days after you conceive. And so I'm like, could I? I don't know. But then with the way things are happening, I feel like I'm just going to be starting my period. So yesterday I was really upset
She was pretty
and I was hanging
sad.
out with my friend Emma, and I said, Jonas, I gotta go shopping. Because,
Which goes back to last week's episode,
yeah,
retail
I
therapy.
bought two things,
It
made me
was more
feel
than two
better.
things.
No, it was two things, and then I got you one thing.
Oh, the shirt.
Started doing family pictures, so I got him a shirt, but I have to see if you like it. I don't know. Anyway, I totally get how people feel trying to have kids. It's rough. Like I'm already tired of it, and we've really only been trying for like 4 months, and that's really not that
It's
long.
been 3 months.
But then I like keep telling Jonas, I'm like, you know, obviously we go through trials and like I was like, I've been through so many trials. Like gymnastics was a huge trial, like school's been a huge trial for me, and I feel like I've just been stressed all the time. And I'm like, now I have to go through another trial with pregnancy. I'm like, can I just catch a break?
You
Like,
mean trial like as in pregnancy's a trial or waiting to get
yes.
pregnant?
Well,
Or both?
both and
Well, you're
like
the one that wants to be pregnant.
I know, and so I'm like, why is this so hard? Like, why can't? And then like, I'll run into people places that have a little baby, and somehow we just end up talking, and I'm like surrounded by all these babies, and I'm just feeling really sad, but also like I'm so happy for them because their babies are so cute, and I'm just like, I want that so bad. Like, I don't know, I just feel like I've been swarmed by babies lately, but I start talking to like the moms, and they're like, yeah, just make sure you're tracking your ovulation, whatever, which I've done the last 2 months.
Mykayla has like three different apps. She tracks, you track what, your period, your ovulation.
Yeah, the whole
You do those pee
everything.
tests.
Yeah, and so,
She has
but
it
that's only been
dialed
really for the
in.
last 2 months, and so we've been doing that, and so like this last month, it was just weird. Like I just really thought, I don't know, but I also know that you can be like kind of spotty and stuff. So I'm just gonna have to really wait here and see if I really start it, but I don't think I am, which I'm just It's like hard. It's sad. I'm like, oh, why does this take so long? Because it's only been 4 months, but I'm exhausted. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like,
It
I'm just
is
about ready to say, like, I don't care if it happens, whatever.
that probably a healthier way to approach it
I know.
mentally
I know. Because
because
everyone
you're
says, don't
so
overthink it because then
you
you
are
won't get pregnant. And I'm
overthinking.
like, but I feel like I do fine. And
I don't
then
know.
we
There's got to be.
try.
I bet the
It's
more
like the
stressed
last
you
two
are,
weeks. I know.
it's
Doesn't.
probably harder to get pregnant if you're
I know,
stressed.
but it's like, how do you not? Like, how do you just
I'm
not?
not stressed. I
Yeah, because
just gotta just let it
you're
happen.
okay if it doesn't happen right
That's what
away.
I'm saying.
But
It's also probably for the best because we can't agree on any baby names. I mean, I guess maybe there's like a few that we kind of do, but so it'll probably take us a bit more time to agree on baby names.
yeah,
So
Jonas wants a Jonas Jr., but I said no, that's not happening.
I think that'd be cool.
No, we're not having a Jonas Jr. Anyway, we're
There's-
keeping the names a secret, but we are not having a Jonas Jr. Sorry, babe. I love you, but
do you feel like there's pressure now that you've told people that we're trying?
no, because I mean, everyone, like, I've been seeing people go through IVF and all the hard things and the trials that they're going through. And I just feel like, there's no expectation on them. You're just sitting there praying for them, like, you can do this, you'll get pregnant, you can do it, like, you're just waiting for that post to finally see that it, like, worked. And you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I hope people are kind of like the same with me, obviously not going through that right now, but to kind of be like, she's got this, we're waiting for her. Like, I don't know. Hopefully everyone's supportive. I mean, I haven't really talked about it much on social media besides just, we kind of started
Like
trying, but we
mentioned
haven't
it
really
once,
gotten
yeah.
into details. But I also don't know if, like, everyone says, oh, you need, before you even think of starting IVF, like, you got to try for a year at least. But I'm like, if we get to 6 months and nothing's happening, I'm at least going to go to the doctor and just make sure my
No,
levels.
you want to go to the doctor next month.
No.
That's what you said.
My voice is dry.
You're like, yeah, I want to get my levels checked.
Yeah, just my levels, just to make sure, like, they're all where they need to be, or if I have too much estrogen or whatever it's called.
Who
I
knows?
don't know. I don't know. But, I mean, a lot of times that can be off, and then they'll give you some medicine or something to help level it, and then that can really help, is what I've heard. I don't know a lot of things, so baby steps. But at least gonna give myself 6 months and then maybe go see if I need to change anything like that. But I know before you start doing IVF and stuff, you at least gotta wait a year, so.
Does it stress you out having to track your cycle and using all those different apps and trying to time everything and wait for when you're ovulating?
Yes, it's annoying. I told Jonas that's the hardest part. It's not like you can try multiple times in the month. It's like you have your period, then you gotta like wait 2 weeks till you ovulate, then you gotta wait like 2 more weeks after that to like see if you're gonna start your period. And
That is the weirdest thing is like we only get like you only find out like once a month pretty much. It's like either you have your period or you missed it.
yeah, so think about it. You only have
So
12
it's
times to try in a year. A whole year, 12. 365 days, you have 12 times.
I guess so, yeah.
It's crazy.
But I mean it stresses me out how much you use your apps and you track stuff and you'll get mad if your fertility levels are low, if you're not ovulating
I know.
yet.
I'm like, am I gonna ovulate? Am I gonna ovulate? Is it happening? I don't know. And then like I think it's hard for me too because like obviously my sister-in-law, like not blood related, because she's my sister-in-law, but she got pregnant super easy. They had 6 kids. My sister Chelsea got pregnant super easy, a snap of your finger. Like they didn't really have to try. And then my sister's had 2 kids, but I think both the times she got pregnant, she wasn't really like trying to get pregnant, but like she got pregnant. And so like I'm like, am I gonna be the sibling that has a really hard time? Like, I'm like, another trial I gotta go through. I mean, obviously we go through trials for a reason, but I'm like, can I just catch a break? I don't know.
I mean it could just be not the right time.
Could just be not the right time, or it just might take me a little longer. I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea.
So we've kind of talked about this for me. Obviously, I want a boy and I would like twins. I think best case scenario, we have twins. It's boy, girl.
I would say boy, girl, or girl, girl, twins. That's what I would want. But I don't think I'd want twins for my first. That would be rough.
Okay, if we don't have twins, then
Girl.
what gender? Girl. Yeah, I figured that.
I mean, I would love to have a boy. Like, if I have a boy first, that's fine. I just would love to have a girl because you get to dress them really cute and all the cute girl things. But then at the same time, like, I would just feel good because I'm like, okay, at least I know I have a girl. So whatever comes after that, I'm good. I at least need, if I have
You
like
just
three
need
boys and a
one
girl
girl.
or two boys and a girl, like as long as I have a girl, I'll be fine. But I need my little like shopping buddy.
That'd be
I
nice.
know. I'll have someone to go with and buy her stuff. It's so cute.
Do you think there's such a thing as being disappointed when you find out the gender?
Yeah.
Like for you or for other people?
For other people.
Yeah, I was gonna
Because I've
say,
seen videos all the time where, like, they have at least a girl and then they're wanting a boy and then they don't get a boy, but then they have a girl, but then they seem okay and then they get to their third and then it's another girl and they just are like, I think you're obviously excited, but like,
mm-hmm.
I think for anybody, like, you want to have both genders. Like, who wouldn't? It's fun to have both. And what dad wouldn't want to have a son to like you can do sports with girls and stuff. You can still do a lot of things, but just to have a boy too. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
Like
different.
it's just
I mean, I
different.
think I would say everyone probably has a preference, but I don't know if there's like disappointment to that extent. Like
Right.
like
Not
obviously like
yeah.
I'd prefer a
I
boy,
feel like it
but
gets like I feel
we'll
like
be
for a
excited either
second,
way.
you
Yeah.
do that gender reveal, you're kind of like, but then like you're still really excited it's your child. But like
Mm-hmm.
my sister-in-law and my brother, they had three boys, and then when they were pregnant with their fourth, she was like, you know what? Like boys are so easy. Like I'm fine. Like I hope we just have all boys. And then she had a girl, and then they have three boys, three girls, and so she like I think it like really like changed her perspective. Like she's like, I'm so glad that I had girls, because like my sister-in-law is very artsy and crafty, and she's just like, I feel like she just needed to have a girl. Like I just felt like I'm like, Delight needs to have a girl. Like even if she has all boys, like it's fine. But anyway, I'm glad she got to have a girl, and it's kind of fun that they have like the three boys and the three girls.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, same thing for her. She kind of just thought like, oh, I might be just having all boys, so like I'm fine with it. And then she ended up having a girl, and she loves it. So I think kind of whatever you get stuck with, it's just how it is, and you enjoy the process of it.
But that's interesting because they have three boys, three girls. Chelsea and Justin have,
Boy, girl, boy.
yeah, so two and two.
And I was talking to my sister because they really wanted to have a boy for the last one. And she was telling me there's like all these different things you can do to track it, because like something about like she doesn't remember because it was so long ago, but like either the boy or the girl sperm like swims faster or something. I don't know, whatever. And so like if you do it at I don't know. I don't get it.
You're gonna have to
But
talk to her
I know.
at
But
Thanksgiving.
anyway, she was telling me about it. Like they really wanted a boy because they had a boy, girl, and then they wanted to have a boy, so they like kind of tried for a boy. I mean, who knows if it worked, but obviously it worked because they got a boy, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
they were just meant to have a boy. But so I was like, well, that's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know if I'll try that hard to that extent until maybe we're further down, depending if I really. But I'm like, whatever I get, I'm gonna be happy with it. God knows
Mm-hmm.
what we're supposed to have, so I'll keep it in
I
his
mean,
hands.
our
But
genetics are like, so my parents, there's two boys and two girls in my family,
hmm
my siblings. There's one boy and three girls in your
yeah,
family.
but my
And
sister
then
had
your
a boy and a
sister
girl
has
too,
two and
Katie.
two. The other siblings have three and three.
Yeah.
So it's pretty even, I would say, all around. Do most of our friends have kids? I'd say probably not.
Yeah, not really. Which is weird because I feel like everybody, like most of my friends from high school that are my age, they're on their second or third kid already. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. But then, like, with our friends, no one's really pregnant yet, which is
Yeah,
crazy,
I
I
was gonna
feel
say
like.
of my like close friends, like really close, I only have one friend with a kid.
And Trent. Trent and Eliza have two now, right? Or they.
I think they have a few. I mean, like close, like I talk to all the time. Like,
Yeah. But I'm
but
saying
well, I've got a lot of friends
you
with
really only
kids.
have.
But I mean, like really close friends that like I talk to all the time, just one. But most of my friends are married.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't. Well, that was the other thing is because I have a few like my best friends. We've all been married for about the same amount of time, and we were all gonna try and have kids at the same time. But then I don't know, they just didn't want to, or just the
But
timing didn't work
for
out,
some
and
reason, I feel like a lot of your friends' wives are younger too.
yeah,
They're a lot younger than
yeah,
like
you're
I
probably the
am.
oldest.
Yeah. So it's like for them, they're like, oh, I'm good still. But
But I mean, I think that'd be fun is to wait till we have friends. that have kids the same time as us. Because think so, like our
Yeah, but then what
kids.
if they get pregnant and I'm still not pregnant? So maybe it's good I'm trying a little
Yeah, I
faster.
mean, you never know.
I
But
don't
like
know.
as far as friends goes, like our kids won't really have any cousins their age. Because
Yeah, we talk about this all the time. Because
yeah,
Jonas's family, nothing on your side. No married. No one's
yeah,
even
none of my
dating anyone
siblings are
right
married
now.
or close to kids.
And on my family, everyone's like
Everyone's
done.
done having, yeah. So like
So,
we're like right in the middle where all of their cousins on my side are gonna be way younger
and I
than
think the
them.
youngest is like 6
Yeah, and all
now
the
out of
cousins
the
on your
12.
side are gonna be way older than
Yeah.
them. So they need some friends.
That's
So
true. So if you guys got any buddies, let us know.
um we've already talked about this, but one question was, have you mistakenly thought you were pregnant and weren't? Basically every time in the last 3 months that something's happened, like a headache or a stomach ache or a cramp or the lemonade tastes different.
Yeah,
Which actually, now
everything.
that I mentioned it, we found out it's because it was expired.
Yeah,
Remember?
disgusting.
We found that out a few days
Yeah,
later.
but still other
Mykayla was so
things.
excited because she's like, "Oh, it tastes different. I must be pregnant." And and it was just expired lemonade.
I mean, I've obviously wanted kids really, really bad. And like, yeah, I've been sad that we maybe haven't been able to kind of start trying till now. But I feel like it makes it worse because one of my best friends is pregnant right now. So I feel like sometimes it hits a little bit harder just because I'm like with her all the time and like seeing her go through the process and all the baby things and like it really makes it harder for me. And so obviously like I try my best like not to let it bring me down because I'm like this is her moment like she's bringing a baby into this world. It's so exciting. She's my best friend and I'm like I'm so happy for her. But sometimes like I catch myself getting a little depressed because of it. Um and like it's hard too like when you're best friend it's kind of like when you first get married but your other friends aren't married you just don't like see them or hang out with them as much and sometimes I feel a little bit like my best friend's kind of been ripped away from me just because like she's going through like that stage of life now and like she's pregnant and she's tired and like can't really like do things or like so sometimes like I get kind of sad because I'm like I miss that part of Chloe but like but like on she's living her life and then little before you know I'll probably just be like right behind her and then it's kind of nice as well because then like she'll kind of know all the things so then she can teach me all the things which is nice because like even going through like this process it took her a year to get pregnant and so like she kind of like started tracking her stuff like way later on so I feel like maybe by me doing that sooner that will help and just like asking her questions and all the things and different things like that so that's kind of been helpful but like like I do get depressed from it, which is dumb. Like I'm like I don't know why I'm like that. Like it like makes me mad. I'm like why am I so upset? Like
Well, it's
it's not
tough
in my
because
control,
your period already makes you emotional, just the nature of periods, and then on top of that, you're now depressed and really sad
I know
because you
it's
have a
hard.
period, so you're not pregnant.
I
So
know.
it's
It's a
been double
roller
whammy.
coaster.
It's been pretty bad.
Well, and then like I was saying I didn't finish, but like I'll run into people like at different places and I'll be like, "Oh, like how long did it take you to get pregnant?" Because I'm just like curious to like ask other people, questions, and they'll be like, "Oh well," like every single one, they're like, "Oh well, I just tracked my ovulation. The first time I tracked it, like was the first time they started trying, and they got pregnant." And this one girl's like, "Yeah, I have diabetes, and I thought it would take me a while to get pregnant." And I was really worried about it, but then I decided I was like, I'm just gonna track my ovulation. We're gonna start trying, and then she got pregnant the first time. And I'm like, dang, like, oh, like then it makes me feel
You're like,
worse about myself because I'm
"Argh."
like, oh my gosh, like that fast. So
Well, everyone's different.
everybody's
I mean,
different. I
again, I have
know.
friends that have been trying for over a year and nothing.
Yeah.
So you never know. How do you think you'll feel when you finally find out that you are pregnant? You'll probably
I'm gonna be
cry.
so
I
excited,
know you'll probably
but at the
cry.
same time, I'm gonna be really scared because when you watch other people announce it, they're like they've been trying and they're so happy, but then they're like shaking because it's like, wow, this is real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a
Like,
baby growing inside of you.
yeah, and you hope they don't have any complications or a miscarriage. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true. There's a
you
lot.
just you want it hopefully that it goes smoothly and stuff. So I don't
I'm
know
gonna
how.
have to
I don't
take
know.
care
I
of
feel like I'm gonna
you.
be so excited and like screaming, but like it's kind of scary. Like I'm scared to be pregnant. Like even though I want to be pregnant so bad, I'm scared. And like to have a C-section, like who knows what's gonna happen? I don't want a C-section. Like scary. I don't know. Having a baby, it's a big deal. Even though I feel like it's not, and I'm just like, oh, I just want to be all cute and pregnant and, all the fun things. But a lot of people don't talk about it enough, but pregnancy really isn't always that great.
Well, yeah, I could have told you that.
I know, but then like you see people out and about that are pregnant and you're like, "Oh, it looks so cute. Your pregnancy looks so great." But like no one really sits there and talks about the flaws and the pros, the cons about it. I don't know.
So I'd say we mostly agree, at least on trying for baby now, and we disagreed for a long time, but we agree now. A good question is, how has it affected our relationship? Has it led to any arguments or good conversations? I would say before you go, I mean, we never really had arguments, but like early on, before we started trying, I remember you'd get so mad at me. You'd be like, "You're so weird. Why don't you want a baby right now? Like,
That's
do you
true.
even like me?"
I'm like, I feel like most men want to have kids. Like, what's wrong with you?
I don't, I mean, eventually, yeah. Most of my friends don't want to right now. Most
I know,
guys my
but
age
like,
probably don't.
I know, but I feel like just because your friends don't have kids shouldn't make you not want to have kids.
That's not my reason. I'm just saying that's an
No, I know, but I
example.
feel like you say that a lot. Like, my friends don't have kids yet.
Yeah, because you try and tell me I'm weird for not wanting kids, and I'm
Yeah,
trying to
but
tell you I'm not weird.
yeah, but I'm saying though their kids, or I mean their wives are usually a lot younger than me, and so like I feel like that step, like I mean for them, I don't know what I'm saying.
I mean, I
Scratch that.
definitely once I kind of decided, which was a gradual process, over the course of months, where I finally felt, okay, now I feel ready to start trying.
Mhm.
That made you really happy, and you stopped calling me weird, so
I
that
was
was
like
a
about
plus.
time.
Um, why do you feel ready to be a mom?
I feel ready. I mean, I was born ready, but I feel ready because well, one, like we got married, we have a house. I just feel like it's kind of like that next step. Like I'm ready for that. Like I told Jonas, I'm like, I'm sure once you have a kid, it's hard, it's difficult, but I was like, I am ready to stay up late because I'll be done with school. I'm ready to stay up late, listen to that little baby cry its heart out, and who knows what it's for, but just to spend time with it and
If you're okay
to be
doing
up in the
that,
middle of the night.
well,
Oh,
I
it's
can
just so
sleep.
cute.
You think it's
No, you
cute?
better help though.
You think it's
I'm
cute
gonna
to
get
be
it.
up in the middle of the
Okay,
night, to
I
not
know
get
I'm
any
saying that
sleep?
now. I know I'm saying that
That's why I'm
now. It's
telling you that's your job.
I know, but well, you better help.
I'll help, but if you keep talking about it like it's so awesome, then you
I
should
don't
just do
know.
it by yourself.
Babies are just so precious. They're cute. They're cute little
They
things.
are cute.
I don't know. Who knows? I won't know till I have one. And then everyone always says giving birth and doing all the things, it's hard, it's rough, and having a kid is hard and rough. But then as women, we want to be moms. And so it's like we don't care. And then we go through the whole thing again. And like, why do we do that? But then we just keep doing it. It's in our nature. So
You think
I don't
Met
know. I think just because I'm ready. I don't know.
you think Mellow's gonna be a good big sister?
I don't know. I'm scared about that one.
Mellow's really sweet though.
She's sweet, but like with new people, she freaks out for a while.
Yeah, well, she's just shy. But Mellow only gets mad at people when they like approach her when she's not ready for it. Like when my mom tries to give her too much love, Mellow's just not
Mhm.
having it. But a baby's cute,
Yeah,
and I
but
feel
I
like
mean, Mello does get kind of vicious though. Like she can have her little sneak attacks, and like we've been scratched and we've been hurt,
yeah,
and
but it's usually because we're playing with
she
her.
knows how to open doors. So I feel like for the baby room, we're gonna have to change the lock because I don't want her getting in there. And like my mom just had said, like sometimes cats like because like you see cute videos on Instagram of the cat snuggling up with the baby and everything's fine, but sometimes they can like sit on their face because cats like to sleep by your head and by your feet, which Mello doesn't really do, but she does love to snuggle and lay on us, and so I just don't want her like getting in there and somehow sitting on it or something. I don't know. So
Hmm.
we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm kind of worried, which I feel like most pets they do fine, but it's like it's
I'm
still
not worried.
scary.
Mellow's Mellow's a nice little thing.
She's nice but vicious.
She's just a little wild, but I feel like her motherly instincts will come out because she's
Yeah.
never had her own kittens, so
Mhm.
she sees a little She's never seen a baby before.
Yeah, it's true.
So I guess we'll have to see. Do you want to send us off with the assumption?
Yeah, let's do
It
it.
is, it's a funny one. It's good for this
Okay.
episode.
It's really good. I remember seeing this and I'm like, kind of like, oh.
You were like, I wish.
Well, yeah, but I'm kind of like, people thinking I'm pregnant or something.
Oh, well, okay, now you
Okay,
have to say it now.
okay. Anyway, the assumption is you are secretly pregnant, just not telling anyone.
I don't think someone was saying that as in you look
Okay,
pregnant.
remember that DM though I
Oh,
got?
actually, you're
Someone
right.
sent me a DM saying that I was pregnant.
Okay, but it wasn't like that. It was like you were just like your dress was just like folded weird or something.
No, we were at the Top Golf event and I was wearing this tight little like workout outfit and
You had just eaten.
okay, no. I feel like at that point though, I hadn't started working out yet. You know, my body was going through all the changes. I was a little like my stomach was a little pudgy.
You weren't pudgy.
A little.
No, you've never been pudgy.
Anyway, my stomach was kind of sticking out in
I
it.
know it was because we just ate food.
Yeah, but we were also like bent over.
Sometimes you get food babies.
Yeah, and I was in a tight little outfit, and we were doing golf. We were golfing at Top Golf, and it was like from the behind too. It wasn't even like I don't know. And then they were just like,
Someone,
what did
someone
they
sent
say?
you a
Like,
DM
are
like,
you?
oh, is that a little baby bump
Yeah.
I see? So exciting. Like totally trying to, I don't know, be nice, I guess.
Yeah,
But it was just,
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, you kind of think it's rude. I mean, it was nice of them to think that because they know that I want a baby. But like, I was just like, oh no.
I think that's what
not
got you
good.
back into the gym more than anything.
Yeah.
That one person.
But
But yeah, the answer is a no. We are not secretly pregnant, not telling anyone. Believe me, Mykayla will tell everybody, right? As soon as you find out.
not as soon as I find out. No.
Yes, you're going to be so excited.
I am gonna be excited.
You're trying to tell me you're going to try and keep that in.
I'll tell family and maybe close friends, but I ain't gonna go blasting on social media the second I get a pregnancy test.
How soon are you going to wait till you post on social
Well,
media?
You usually wait a certain amount of time just to make sure you don't have like a miscarriage and stuff.
Yeah, well, how much time?
I don't know exactly what the weeks are on that.
Well,
Like 4 weeks or 6 weeks. I don't know what it is.
you
I
have to find that out.
I know. I mean, yes, I'll be very excited, but like I don't need to go rubbing it in people's faces either. So
That's not rubbing it in people's faces. That's just everyone's excited for
I
you.
know, but like I just
I
feel
feel like
bad
you just
'cause-
feel that way because when you see other people, it feels like they're rubbing it in your face because you're so sad.
I don't know, I guess. I just feel bad for people that can't get pregnant. So it's just like sad, you know? I don't
Mhm.
know. Like you kind of feel guilty when I feel like I'm going to kind of feel that way when I have friends that are going through IVF and the whole process and it's just like it's so sad.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know. I will post about it at some point, but I'm not going to
Well, yeah, for
tell
everyone,
everybody in
for
like
everyone
3
listening,
weeks or whatever.
you'll find out eventually. We'll let you know.
We'll let you know.
I feel like it's gonna slip on a podcast at some point because we do a podcast every week. If you have to wait 4 to 6 weeks to post on social media, and we're doing a podcast every week, there's no way you'll be able to hold that in.
Well, I guess only
Yeah,
time will
what?
tell.
How about this? Keep listening, and you'll be able to know. You'll find out before social media because I promise you that Mykayla will make it slip at some point,
I don't know.
or we can
We'll
hint
see.
about it.
We'll see what happens, but anyway, I was excited because I thought maybe if I'm pregnant, it'd be so fun because I could announce in Christmas and I'd be born in July and August and your birthday's in July, but it's okay. My time will come. I'll have my moment. I finally got my moment at the Olympics and whatever my moment will be, it will happen. Whatever it's meant to be. So anyway, it's been a fun process, hard, challenging, already wanting to give up, but like I said, you never give up. You got to keep working hard, keep pushing through it, and just try to enjoy the process. And like Jonas says, I just got to not be so stressed. So I'll try to work on that. Like I said, give us any tips, anything that has worked.
Thanks so
Okay.
much for tuning in. We're really excited to share these updates with you, so you'll be hearing from us. Make sure to tune in every week. Leave a comment and a rating,
Yeah, 5 stars.
and we'll catch you guys next week.
We'll catch you next week. This topic was so fun, and
Next week, we actually have a really cool one.
Do we?
Yeah,
Oh
do you even
man,
know
don't
what it
ruin
is?
it because I thought this one was really good.
Well, this one is really good, but
Yeah.
I'm excited
I don't
for.
know what it is.
It's kind of funny. This week was more of like a Mykayla episode because this is your thing. You know, you love babies, trying for baby. Next week, it's very much a me episode.
Oh, I like that. It's your time to shine.
Yeah, so
I like it.
you
Okay.
have to tune in next week, see what it is.
Yeah. Tune in. Anyway, thank you guys again, and we love you all so much. And whatever you're going through, you're going to get through it. I'm here for you. Jonas and I support you. If you need anything, reach out, let us know. And thanks again for listening, being a part of the fam, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode.
See ya.